The NBA season is back. We've got tip off tonight with two epic matchups culminating in the West Coast matchup. Lakers, Warriors cannot wait to see all of your rooms go live for that action. Shouts out to everyone joining us today. This is not an episode of TWAP. This is going to be a little bit different, a little bit of a special event here since I know some of you maybe haven't seen the product in quite a while, right? Maybe you're just coming back just in time for NBA season. What I'm going to do for you all today is going to be an actual live onboarding. That's right. We're going to step through all the way from alpha to omega, creating a playback room, all the way through posting clips of your streams on socials. I'm going to show you how all of it's done. Along the way, we're going to go ahead and touch on some of the new features that, again, some of you maybe haven't seen if you haven't joined us on TWAP or haven't been on the product since last NBA season. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with a lot of the additions we've made. So let me go ahead and fire up my simulcasts, and we'll go ahead and get into this episode, the NBA season special. We are live on YouTube. We are live on TikTok. We will be live on Instagram here shortly. We are live on Instagram. And last but not least, we want to make sure that we take the room live on our Twitter as well. And now that we're live on all platforms, we can go ahead and get into the good stuff. So, for those that maybe aren't familiar with Playback, just to go ahead and get us started, maybe you're watching on one of our simulcast destinations. Shout out to you on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, whatever the case may be. At a high level, Playback is the place to live stream. There is no easier place to live stream. And oh, by the way, you can include live game broadcasts from the NBA in your live stream. Watch live games with your audience. Not only that, but you can clip them up. You can repurpose the VODs for other platforms. Playback is the place to be as a sports content creator, particularly if you're into the NBA. And we do have a special going on early season. If you go ahead and create your playback room early in the season, we are giving you NBA League Pass on us, not only for you, but also for 10 of your community members, closest friends, whoever wants to join your playback room to help you create content around the NBA and the live game broadcasts. We are hooking you up with NBA League Pass on us. So there is literally no better time to go ahead and get signed up for playback than right now. So if you know someone that should already be signed up, or you yourself have not yet signed up, but you've been thinking about it, now is the time to go ahead and get started. And I will show you how you can get started now with creating a playback room. So let me go ahead and screen share our homepage. First, you'll want to go ahead and head to our homepage at playback.tv. And I will be there in a second. And when you get to our homepage, you should see something that looks similar to my screen here. You should have a nice, big, pretty main stage graphic that's showing the stream that we're currently doing. If you do have a special stream, a special event, you have a special guest or two joining you for a stream, we can always give your streams this nice main stage promotional graphic and treatment here from our homepage. So something to keep in mind, if you do have a special stream, make sure you reach out to us, contact@playback.tv. We can get you set up with some main stage treatment like you see here. Okay, so go ahead and create your playback room. From our homepage, playback.tv, in the top left corner, you will see this create button. When you hit create, if you have not yet created a room, you'll just be taken straight into this room creation flow. If you have already created a room, it will show you all of your previously created rooms. And you can also hit this new room icon to go ahead and start creating your new room. Now, a playback room is similar to like a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel. You're going to have the one room URL that you host from every single time you're hosting a stream. And you are going to send your audience to this same URL every time you're hosting. So when you're asked to create a room name, you should think of this similarly to what you would name a YouTube channel or what you would name a Twitch channel if you were creating one of those. So I'll call this my first NBA playback room. And we'll go ahead and create the room. Now that we've created the room, we can go ahead and see that Playback's dropped me directly into my Playback room. I have my room URL here at the top. So I would send my audience to playback.tv/my first playback room. And then we would go ahead and get into setting up the community. And the first thing you want to do when you're setting up your community is you want to go ahead and you want to add your co-hosts and your collaborators. Adding co-hosts and collaborators is quite honestly the best way to experience playback. And I did have a slide in here actually in the meantime. One more reminder, if you do go ahead and create that room here early in the NBA season, go ahead and get that room created here in the first 2 weeks of NBA season. We are giving you League Pass on us, not only for you, but also for 10 of your room members. So spread the word. If you know someone that should be creating on Playback, that would like League Pass access on us, that needs one place, one app to watch all NBA games, make sure you spread the word. Tell them Playback is the place to be and let them know they need to get that room created now. There is urgency and time is of the essence. Okay. So, as far as setting up your playback room is concerned, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to invite co hosts and collaborators. So, playback is absolutely a collaborative experience. This is not meant to be something where you have to shoulder all of the load yourself. As a matter of fact, making this a collaborative experience, we found just makes rooms more active with streams more often, makes it easier for streamers to make sure that their room continues to stay active. And then also from a payout standpoint, it keeps everyone bought into the success of the room. You can actually set payout splits directly from your playback room so that you can automatically have payouts sent split up amongst your contributors so that you don't have to worry about sending Venmos or PayPals or handling taxes or anything like that. Creating as a group is not going to be easier on any platform than it is on Playback. So go ahead and reach out to folks that maybe are diehard community members of yours, good friends of yours that you're always talking sports with, maybe those few Twitter accounts that you find yourself DMing with or in back and forth with in the replies on Twitter talking sports. Reach out to these folks and see if there's perhaps an opportunity to collaborate as co-hosts under a single community umbrella. Again, we found that the community collaboration aspect of Playback not only makes it easier for you to create and more fun for you to create as a creator, but it also makes your community more vibrant, more active for your community members as well. I will go ahead and show you some of the roles and permissions that we have available here on Playback when you do go ahead and get your co-hosts added. So we'll go ahead and switch back over to my first Playback room. And the main panel that you'll want to access here is your room settings panel. You can also access all of your room menus by clicking on this hamburger icon in the top right of your room. That's another way you can access the room settings panel. From the room settings panel, you'll note a roles and permissions option down here under access. This is where you can go ahead and assign your roles to your co-hosts and your contributors. The creator role is going to be the most powerful role in your playback room. Anyone you give the creator role to will have all of the same roles and permissions in your room that you have as the room creator, aside from deleting the room entirely. So the way I like to describe this is if you decided to move to Mars today, anyone you made a playback creator would be able to continue running the room while you are gone until you return. So the creator role is extremely powerful. They'll be able to schedule streams, host streams when you're not there, give other people roles and permissions. So you do want to make sure you tread carefully here, make sure no one's impersonating another user or anything when they ask for creator permissions. This is going to be the most powerful role in your playback room. The second most powerful role is the contributor role. Contributors sort of work similar to a speaker in Twitter Spaces. They're automatically going to be able to join you on stream if you've already started the stream as a creator. So they won't be able to schedule streams. They won't be able to start streams themselves. But if you have started a stream and you've joined the stage, they will be able to come up and join you as a stage speaker without you having to give them that extra permission. The third highest role here is the moderator role, a role that you guys are probably familiar with from other platforms. Moderators can help you moderate text chat in your room. So they can ban members from your room, they can delete chat messages, they can turn chat into slow mode. These folks will make sure that the trolls that may happen across your room are dealt with appropriately. So that is the moderator role. And then lastly, there's the room member role. So anyone that has signed up for a playback account and hit the join button to join your room. Will be a room member. And then banned is pretty straightforward. Folks that have been banned by a moderator, a contributor, or a creator will sit under this banned section. So if you do ever want to unban that user, you have the access to do so. So roles and permissions, we have a complete roles and permissions set, almost similar to a Discord. Like Playback is a live streaming tool, but a live streaming tool for communities. So certainly, once again, encourage all of you to think about how you can add to the contributors and the co-hosts in your room and using roles and permissions to enable them to go ahead and host content in the room if you're not available. With that, I'm actually going to go ahead and jump into a room I already have set up so we can talk community profiles. So, when a user lands in your room, if you are not live with the stream, they're going to land on your community profile page. So, you all are looking at my community profile here for a room called the Land 2. We've obviously here, you can see set up a video, a featured clip that everyone can see when they first land in our room. We've set up our featured clip to be an onboarding clip to let users know how they can go ahead and onboard to Playback with an account and then also join our room as a room member. You can also feel free to make your featured clip any stream highlights, any sort of promotional video that you have for your community or any of your sponsors can certainly be your featured clip here. The call out is to make sure you fill out your community profile with a profile image, a banner. You can also add descriptions for your room. You can always change your room name here. Make sure to tag what type of content you'll be hosting in your room as well here. And then lastly, link out to any other socials where you want folks to be able to find you. So when you create your Playback room, after you've gone ahead and found your co-host and assigned their roles and permissions, make sure you all work together to fill out this community profile so it looks nice and pretty. Once again, when folks go into your room link, if they were to head to playback.tv/theland2 and we are not live with the stream, the community profile is going to be the first thing they're going to see. So we want to make a really good first impression here. So again, create that Playback room. You'll get NBA League Pass on us, not just for yourself, but also for 10 of your community members if you sign up here in the first couple weeks. You'll want to go ahead and invite your co-hosts and collaborators and assign them the appropriate roles. And then you guys together will want to go ahead and make sure you set up your community profile. After you've set up your community profile, this is something that a lot of folks that are TWAP gods who have joined us on This Week on Playback are definitely not going to be surprised to see this one. But this is a point that I really, really want to harp on. And this isn't just specific to YouTube, but YouTube is our most complete simulcast integration right now on Playback. After you've set up that community profile, your room's all set up and looks pretty, add your YouTube channel as the next step here as a simulcast destination. And if you don't have a YouTube channel already for your community, go make one. Go create one and make sure you add it to your Playback room. So when you actually schedule these live NBA watch parties for your Playback room, users in Playback will be able to watch with you if they connect their NBA League Pass subscription. But we also support simulcast to other destinations where we will show your simulcast audience a Gamecast watch along view of your watch party. So I'll actually show you what that looks like with the Gilbert Arenas stream here. And there it is. Just give me a second here, chat, as I get served up a whole bunch of ads. We might have to come back to the simulcast view here, chat. Let's try this one more time. Okay, I think we should be in business here. Oh, chat, we might have to come back to this as I have a couple of computer issues with YouTube right now. I really want to show you what this looks like, though. We will come back to it, chat. I'm not sure why my YouTube doesn't want to play any YouTube videos right now, but I will go ahead and show you guys a Gamecast view here in a bit. But you're going to have to trust me. You're going to want to add your YouTube channel. The secondary reason, not just for serving a YouTube audience with a watch along, the secondary reason why you want to add your YouTube channel as a simulcast destination is your YouTube chat will actually be included in your playback chat. So now your playback live watch party experience just becomes that much more vibrant with the power of two combined chats and also the power of two combined live concurrency numbers. So we will show your playback room, not just the live concurrents that are watching on playback, but also the live concurrents that are watching on YouTube as well. So just giving your streams a much more vibrant, sort of full vibe is what adding your YouTube simulcast destination is going to do for you. Lakers Land makes a good call out in chat as well here. Since you can't see the Gamecast view, you will also get play-by-play from Playbot in your playback room chat. And then we are working on play-by-play for the Gamecast view as well, so that viewers on YouTube or any other simulcast destination that you've added, like we have support for Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, Kick, anywhere else you want to send this Gamecast view, those users would also be able to see what play-by-play is occurring in the game that you're watching at any given moment in time. So add your YouTube channel. Again, if you have not yet added a YouTube channel to your playback, maybe you don't have a YouTube channel, go create one now. Make sure you go ahead and attach it to your playback room, and I'll show you where that lives in your playback room. So we're back here in the LAN 2 room. If you go into your room menu here, once again, that hamburger icon in the top right, we can head into our room settings. From here, we can head into the simulcast option here under the content header. And under that simulcast option, we can see add a destination. So YouTube is our full integration where you can actually just log in with your YouTube account to connect your YouTube account to your playback account. And then any other destination you can add as a custom source. We have onboarding documentation to get those simulcast destinations added. But our best practices are that you go ahead and simulcast to anywhere and everywhere you think you can find an audience. You're already spending the time and effort going live on playback. We want you to be able to repurpose that time and effort by growing your audience on all other platforms as well. So do make sure you add your YouTube channels. Up next, let's talk scheduling streams. So you've set up your playback room. We've already hooked you up with NBA League Pass on us for you and up to 10 of your community members. You've got your co-hosts and your collaborators added on. You've given them the appropriate role, whether that's creator, contributor, or moderator. You've set up your community profile with those co-hosts, and you've already added your YouTube channel to simulcast. You are ready to go ahead and schedule streams on playback. So how do you go ahead and schedule streams on playback? Let's head back into the LAN 2 room. And you'll have two places where you can find your room schedule to add to the schedule here. First place in the top right, again, next to this room menu hamburger icon, you'll see a calendar icon with a plus sign. If you click on that, that is one way you can add an event to your room schedule. The other way to access your room schedule is here under your main tabs. You will see a schedule tab. If you go to the schedule tab, you'll also see an add event option here. So either one of these options works to go ahead and schedule an event. When I click add event, the first thing we're going to collect is going to be the NBA game that you're going to watch as a part of this stream. I should mention, playback is for all types of streams. Whether you want to do a live podcast, a trade deadline show, a free agency show, you just want to yap it up about the NBA or another one of your favorite sports teams or leagues, we support all of that stuff. We support all of that. And if you do want to host for any one of those types of live streams, you can always just hit this skip button if you're not actually going to be watching a live NBA broadcast. But for the purposes of this demo, let's say we are going to watch some NBA action tonight. Let's pick that late West Coast game, Warriors Lakers. You can select which broadcast you would like. So let's say we want the NBC broadcast. This will come more into play when you have two regional broadcasts. For example, Nets at Hornets here. If you are a Brooklyn Nets community, you would probably want the Yes broadcast versus a Hornets community, which would want the FanDuel Sports Network Southeast broadcast. So that will come into play for more of the league pass slate as we see that tip off tomorrow. But for this Warriors Lakers example, I will go ahead and select the NBC broadcast. Then we can go ahead and select a start time for this stream. It will default to the game's scheduled tip-off time. You can always get started earlier or get started later by toggling on a custom time. And then from there, it's relatively straightforward. You can add a title to your stream. We'll default it to that game that you're watching with your community. You can add a description. You can upload your own custom thumbnail. We will give you this nice, pretty thumbnail with the team logos and team colors. And then from here, you can also toggle on your simulcast destinations. An important call out here, if you have added YouTube as a simulcast destination, when you schedule your playback stream here, it will also schedule to YouTube if you toggle on your YouTube simulcast here. And that YouTube scheduled event will also inherit your playback title as well as your playback thumbnail. So you don't have to duplicate that effort to go ahead and set up the stream on YouTube. You set up everything from your playback room, toggle on that YouTube simulcast, and playback will handle the rest. When you're ready to go ahead and schedule that stream, you hit submit. We'll go ahead and give you this event scheduled card where you can go ahead and copy that event URL to post to socials, or you can post directly to socials with one click here. Once you've scheduled the stream in your room, now users can actually see that scheduled stream. So if they land on your community profile when you're not live, they can, of course, add your event to their calendar. If they're opted in for push notifications on the mobile app, they'll get a push notification when you go live. It is very, very important that you schedule your streams ahead of time so that users know what games you're going to host for. Seems pretty obvious, but sometimes gets lost in translation. So please do make sure that you're scheduling your streams in advance. Next up, if you've scheduled your streams, and this is another reason why it's so important to schedule your streams in advance, you are now ready to go ahead and promote your streams on socials. This is relatively straightforward. Really, the call out I want to make here is if you are someone that gets signed up for a playback room here early in the NBA season, and you do have NBA League Pass to give away to some of your community members, make sure you mention that in your promotion. NBA League Pass on me is the terminology to use. Never use the word free. NBA League Pass on me is the way to communicate this to your audience members, and go ahead and blast that on all your socials, on your Twitter, on your Instagram, on your wherever your audience expects to find you, a newsletter, a Substack, whatever the case may be. This is where you want to go ahead and promote your stream so that folks know when and where they should be joining you. So promote your streams. Again, make sure you have them scheduled first. That is a prerequisite to being able to promote your streams. But once you do have them scheduled, promote them, and be sure to promote that you have NBA League Pass on me to go ahead and offer up to folks that join your stream. And again, you get that NBA League Pass on you offering if you create your playback room within the first couple weeks here of the NBA season. So make sure you tell everyone, go ahead and create your playback room now. Limited time opportunity here. Once you've promoted your streams, it's time to figure out what going live looks like. So let's go ahead and hop back. Accidentally hit refresh. Sorry, y'all. We're going to hop back into the LAN too. Sorry if I gave anyone a scare there with my disappearance. Okay, so now that we're back in the LAN 2, we're going to talk about going live. So, first thing you want to do actually is set up your stream before you go live. So, we'll see here in the top right, I've got this big white go live button. But I want to go ahead and set everything up in what we call backstage mode. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to join the stage. And I'm also here on our stream, going to go into media only mode so that you guys don't get double me. So, I'll join the stage here. And you'll notice it says preview stage. In my room here, my room name is circled or outlined in yellow. This is because we are in preview mode. So anyone that you've given that creator role to can help set up the stream and join the stage while in preview mode. So once we've got the stage looking good here in preview mode, I can go ahead and add some media. So the remote here is where I can add either a live game, if we have live sports broadcasts, or of course, I can add a screen share as well. So since we don't have any NBA games live right now, I do have a little test stream set up here that we can send into the room. And now we can see that I've set up my stream in advance. We are still in preview mode. So any regular room member that comes into my room right now would actually still just see our community profile. And any creator, again, would be able to help set up the stream in preview mode and join the stage right now. When everything looks good and we're ready to go, my room would automatically go live at my scheduled start time, which is 7 p.m. Pacific. That's scheduled tip off of the NBA game. Or we can always push the room live manually by hitting this go live button. And we can say NBA tip off special. NBA tip off is here. And we will go ahead and push our room live. So now you can see I've gotten this your live notification. Shouts out to anyone in the land too, our Landinos who maybe just got a notification if they have the mobile app when your room goes live. Anyone that has opted in for push notifications on the mobile app will get that banner notification letting them know your room's gone live. And now any user that would have connected their NBA League Pass subscription to their Playback account would be able to watch the NBA game action live with me in this room. If they have not yet connected NBA League Pass to their Playback account, they will still be able to see and hear me. So they'll basically get this view. And they will also see our game cast. So I've not been able to show you that yet, but they will see the official team logos, the live game clock, the live game score. They'll be able to keep up with where you're at in your watch along. And oh, by the way, even if they do have like maybe a stream up or something like that, or they're watching the game on their TV or they're watching it elsewhere, they can always take the stream into rewind mode so that they can sync up their feed wherever they're watching with your playback feed. And an important note here is Playback has the most live NBA feeds in the world. So none of your fellow followers or watchers will be out ahead of you. There will be no spoiling. Anyone that wants to sync up with your Playback feed will have to rewind because you will be ahead of everyone else watching the game in the world. So one of the coolest things we have here is ultra live at Playback. Let's see here. Another call out that I wanted to make as far as going live is concerned. You'll notice when I joined the stage, I just shared my camera and microphone. This is a bit of a pro tool, but I'm going to join the stage again. But this time you'll notice I'm going to select this custom beta tab. So for any of our, professionally produced podcasts or any of our people that really like to get in the weeds with tools like OBS or StreamYard or things like that, we will actually give you an RTMP URL and a stream key. If you select this custom beta tab when joining the stage, you can then add Playback as a destination in your streaming software, like an OBS or a StreamYard or something like that. And you can actually send that StreamYard or OBS feed into your Playback stage here as an option. So I did want to call that out for anyone that's like really pro at this. You can go ahead and use that custom beta RTMP setup to send into your Playback stage. But for those of you looking for ease of use, maybe streaming on the go, things like that, our stage setup from the browser here is going to be ideal for you, where you just go ahead and give camera and mic access and go ahead and start the stage to hop on. I'll go back into stage and media mode to bring game back up. which brings
basically
us
swap
to
share
a
because I am
perfect
back and
next
forth using
point,
the Magic
which is
board. I
going
am
to
just
be
swapping because
layouts.
you have the
So
Pistons
this
here.
is
I
something
went with
that's
the Pistons
new for
six
some
set.
of you that maybe
Personally,
weren't
had
with
some
us
other
since last NBA season. You haven't checked out the product. We have added a layouts toolbar. You'll see it here on the left side of my room, the LAN 2 here. All creator roles will have access to this layouts toolbar. And with the layouts, you can actually change how many stage speakers are visible on stage. You can change focus modes. So let's say I wanted to go from stage and media here with the live TV feed to stage only. I'll hit hotkey W, and now you just see me. Let's say I want to go to media only, like we are in this playback room right now, where you guys are only seeing the screen share, but you can't see me on stage. You can only hear me. That is media only mode, which looks like this. And then, of course, maybe the most familiar classic mode here at Playback is our stage and media mode hotkey Q, where you can see both the stage participant here below the media, which is your screen share or your NBA game or whatever the case may be. Another call out here is we've added a new view type for all of your viewers as well. You guys are probably seeing my screen if you haven't seen Playback in a while. Like, why does it look like that? I remember a different view for Playback. This is our new tiled room view. So if any user wants to see the room exactly how you've produced it here from the layouts tool, they can be in the tiled room view, which you're seeing here in the LAN 2. And if they want to go back to our classic floating stage view, they can hover over the media here. You'll see it kind of grays out. We get these green borders. If they click on the media, that will take them back to our floating stage view where they can move you around, they can resize you, all of that good stuff. They can hide you, right? So users do still have complete view customizability. If they want to click on the media again, they can go right back to our tiled view. And continuing with sort of the user customizability, we have maintained the sound control as well per user. So users can control how much of the media they hear, which is going to be the NBA game or your screen share, how much of the stage they hear, which is you and your fellow content creators. Then you'll also see a new option here for sound effects. But we'll get into that in a little bit as we get into the studio elements here. And getting into the studio elements actually has reminded me as I go back into our playback room. I'm going to go back into stage and media mode so you all can see me. I will leave the stage here in the LAN 2. And I am going to hop into my creator studio here. And I'm going to fire up some segments. So let's see. So you should have just seen a segment fired up here in the playback room. And you can actually add it as an on-stream rundown element. So I just started the produce your live stream segment here from my studio tool. Let me go ahead and go back over to a screen share of the land. Okay. And if I open up my studio tool over here in the LAN 2, you will notice that is where this segments tool lives. You can go ahead and add a segment. Let's say we wanted to talk about, looks like, is that JJ Redick? That isn't JJ Redick, but we'll assume it's JJ Redick. JJ Redick talks Lakers rotations. If we're going to go ahead and add this as an on-stream element, we can go ahead and upload an image to accompany this, or we can actually just quickly search a GIF. So if we wanted Lakers, we can add a GIF to this on-stream element. This particular Lakers GIF wants to give me trouble, so let's try one more. We'll just try the LeBron one this time. Maybe should have gone with Luca. We might be having some issues with Clippy, so let me go ahead and just upload. We'll say talking playback. And we'll upload an image this time. And we'll upload our new app icon. And I wonder if this is a result of me having 6 million tabs open and maybe even more playback rooms open right now, but there we go. The image has been uploaded. We can also send a push notification with any new segment we start. So if you are getting to a part of your show that you really want users to tune into, you know they're going to be really gung ho on seeing maybe the LeBron Russell Westbrook beef segment or something along those lines, you can always turn on sending a push notification with any segment that you're starting. When you're ready to add that segment, go ahead and hit add. And then this is where you can decide whether or not you want to show that actual segment on stream as a rundown element. So if you don't want to show it on stream as an overlaid rundown element, you can toggle this off and still have push notifications sent to your audience when a new segment starts. If you do want to add it as a rundown element, of course, you will toggle this on. And I'll go ahead and add one more here. We'll just add segment 2. And we'll give a little bit of extra time for this GIF to get in there, since I think my computer's just moving a little slow. And let's say we don't want to send a push notification with this segment. So we'll go ahead and just hit add. And now we can see we have these 2 segments. The talking playback segment will send a push notification to my audience, and segment 2 will not send a push notification to my audience. We're going to go ahead and show this in stream. So I will start the segment. And now we can see that this is showing on stream as a rundown element. When you're ready to go ahead and move to the next segment, simply click on the segment you want to move to, and you can go ahead and hit start next. And that will move us over to segment number 2. You can always add more segments if your show changes plans, if it changes directions or changes course. You can always add or edit your segments on the fly if need be. So, did want to call out those segments, and we do have one live on the go here in the playback room itself. Another call out here. Let me go ahead and end my segments. Another call out here from your playback studio is going to be game mode. So, for those of us that are TWAP gods, you definitely know about Around the Room and Showdown. Trivia coming soon. But these are our preset production templates, made for TV templates for you to go ahead and have highly produced content that you can make with a couple of clicks. So, Around the Room is our version of Around the Horn, where you can have a host and 4 participants participate in a game of Around the Horn, where you can assign points. We have sound effects. That's where this last slider comes into play here. Animations, everything looks highly produced and made for TV. And we have more coming on this front. So, what I want to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and screen share a video that's going to walk you through what the new layouts tool can look like live on stream, what games can look like live on stream, and what rundowns will look like live on stream in a more cohesive format. So, from a layout standpoint, we're going to start with 2 creators spotlit and 2 creators not spotlit with no media playing to the room, and you'll watch the layouts change. As we can see, we're adding more not spotlit creators to the stage. A power streak has hit in chat. And you, again, anyone with the creator role can make these layouts changes on the fly. Now, here we can see a different layout where we do have a segment rundown element overlaid live on stream with media, a live MLB broadcast of the NLDS Game 1, and then both creators here on stage below the rundown element and the game. Here you can see Our guys Gil, King Josiah, and Brandon Jennings here, watching some Cavs Spurs action. So the game at the top with three stage members at the bottom, and using the remote to actually switch to a different game where Josh Giddey, aka the Giddler, hits a game winner. And then finally, going to our games implementation. This is what the host view looks like of around the room. You can see this is very similar to what ESPN's Around the Horn looks like, where you can have a host, you can have a rundown of topics, you can assign points, you can go into a showdown segment, all of that good stuff, complete with sound effects. So those of you that were actually at our This Week on Playback episode last Thursday, we went ahead and played live on stream. That replay is here in this playback room. So if you do want to see Around the Room live in action with the sound effects, with the animations and all that good stuff, go ahead and tap into that last replay here in the playback room, and you'll be able to see all that good stuff as our team played live on stream. The last call out from a studio standpoint is clipping. And we really do want you all to post clips to socials. We will give you both a landscape and portrait version of every clip. Please do tag us at Watch Playback when you post clips on all social platforms. We will do our best to amplify, engage with all of your posts. And also, you might just find yourself as the winner of Clip on the Week on This Week on Playback, which wins you a playback hat. So please do tag us at Watch Playback on all platforms when you clip. I'm going to go ahead and jump back into the land room one more time here. So in your studio tool, if you scroll down under outputs is where you will go ahead and find clips. You can, and I recommend you actually pin your clips tool to the bottom of your playback room. So you'll see these scissors here. And when you're live and there is a stage member, so let me go into media only mode here back in our playback room. And I'll hop on stage over in the land. Once you have a stage member on a live stream, clipping will be enabled. As a creator, we give you 4 presets: 30 seconds, 1 minute, 3 minutes, or 5 minutes. And we do also have community clipping that you can leave enabled in your room. So your community members can grab 1 minute or 3 minute clips to basically become a clip farming army for you, right? Similar to the simulcast mention, we want you guys to be able to take your one playback stream and leverage that to grow on platforms everywhere. So that's not just from a live simulcast standpoint, but also taking your replays and VODs and your clips and getting them on platforms like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, right? Everywhere where your audience can discover you and you can continue to grow. So again, if we wanted to grab a clip of, let's say, the last 30 seconds, I'll go ahead and click 30 seconds. We can see that clip is being generated. Usually takes about 10 seconds for a clip to be made. And then now that that clip has been made, I can actually click directly into that. And we can go ahead and add a caption for this clip so that it's easy to know what the moment was. We can download either the portrait or the landscape version of the clip. And we can also publish any clip to playback. So an important call out here.
Really? I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These pods dissolve completely, releasing more soaking, scrubbing, and rinsing action. Plus,
so there we go. I've named this clip NBA tip-off time. I can now trim this clip if I want to find the exact perfect moments.
Your sisters
just aren't getting clean.
And I can also publish the clip to playback. So for users that have our mobile app, their first experience will actually be a For You style mobile discovery that not only serves up live rooms on playback, but also serves up playback clips that would be relevant to them. So being live is not the only way that you can be discovered on playback through our mobile For You app. You can also get discovered through your clips of your watch parties. So please do not only post your clips and publish them to social platforms everywhere, but also make sure you're publishing those clips on Playback itself so that users on Playback can discover you as well. With that, I do believe we can get into an AMA. So, if anyone has any questions, we do like to use playback features here if and when possible. Um, Hit me with a stage request. You can request the stage by hitting the stage icon. It's that person with the little streaming on them at the bottom middle here. Hit me with a stage request if you do have any questions. And KD the Don, you cannot add your own sound effects yet, but we do have sound effects incorporated with our games in the playback studio. So we will add the ability for you to add your own soundboard, but for now, these sound effects are only relevant if you're playing one of our playback games like Around the Room or Showdown. We do have a stage request. Our guy, Mike Weisberg. Stage request has been accepted. What's going on,
Rare
Mike?
time, rare time going to catch me without a hat. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I'm not stage ready yet, but you know it is what it is. For the audience, quick bit of promo. BTow is going to be joining me over on the NBA Bit YouTube channel in about 45 minutes. I got to shower, change, get all my stuff together. We're going to be doing something similar to this. We're going to be talking about playback. We're going to be giving away some League Pass subscriptions. We've already given away one today. We're giving away cash. We've already had some incredible guests. We had Garen Weissman on. We had Noah Dizelle. Eddie Gonzalez is on right now. Trill is going to be on in a little bit, I believe. Trill, bro, dude. So yeah, we're pumped, man. But we're excited to have you on in at 5:30 Eastern.
Yes, sir. 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. I'm gonna also link some of those other playback rooms you mentioned.
Yeah, shout out Eddie, man. He's dropping some knowledge over on the live stream right now. Just had a little convo about JT maybe coming back. And then he's talking about the Rockets right now.
Love it. I might have had the wrong link to his room, but yeah, Mike, if you could do me a favor and go ahead and link all those good people so that we can go ahead and support them, that'd be great. And yeah, I'm excited to go ahead and hop on in. I'll see you in 45 minutes, man.
45 minutes, something like that? Yeah, for sure. I'll get off here. And once again, for the Twop Gods in chat, for the people on Twitter, see a lot of regulars in here. Greer, shout out Greer as always. Our GOAT, Avi. See Max, Carpik, D-Jack, Tank. Shout out my Tank. Big Rig. Good draft the other day. Mike Kaz. Mike did okay in the draft. It was fine. Anyway, appreciate y'all. We'll see you guys in 45 minutes.
See you in 45 minutes, Mike. Appreciate you wrapping up. So, got Mike Weisberg again, NBA Bit, their YouTube channel. I will be live over there talking playback, and why you should be signing up. Any other stage requests, if you do have any questions. If not, I'm going to go ahead and pop into chat. See if there are any questions I can answer over there. Okay, Gabsy has a good question. Does anyone know when Playback will be on TV? I imagine that is a TV app. One call out. I mentioned rewind mode earlier. You're going to find that in the bottom right of your stream. It'll be like a little rewind icon. When you're in rewind mode, you can cast to your television. So you can at least cast to your television while in rewind mode. We have not begun development on the TV app yet, but bear with us. It's coming. It's something we have to do. We know sports are best enjoyed on the television, so it's coming. But in the meantime, we did release rewind mode so that you guys can go ahead and cast to your televisions. Great question, Gabsy. Big Rig says BTow's one of those never close the tab guys. Yeah, guilty as charged, man. Guilty as charged. AI by AI says, nice, crazy amount of work put in here. My head hurts trying to keep up. Our dev team is insane. Our whole product team is absolutely insane. The fact that this product has improved, like the feature set that's been added from last NBA season to this NBA season, is truly astonishing. So please do let us know what you all think about this stuff. Please do give us feedback as well. Some of these tools, of course, we have some fast follows to do. We have some bugs to work out. So please do give us your feedback. And then also, if there's anything you want to see us build, let us know. Again, feedback is how we go ahead and decide what to prioritize as a product team. So let us know what you want to do with Playback, and we'll work to make it happen. Jim Park Forever says, fix your app. It's garbage. Listen, Mama told me when I got a hater, I made it. So, Mama, we made it. Thank you, Jim Park Forever. We got haters, baby. We made it. Opinionated MJ, please let me get a league pass on us. You can do that. Go ahead and create your playback room, and we will hook you up. Mike Cavs UK asks, what's that sounds feature about? I think we did touch on this briefly, but we will add a soundboard to playback. In the meantime, sound effect controls are there in case anyone's playing a game on playback. So right now, Around the Room or Showdown, Trivia coming soon, all of those games do have built-in sound effects that users can, adjust their volume for. AI by AI came back and said a lot of creativity. Platform is 10x last year. Appreciate that. Really do appreciate that. We've been hard at work. So please do help us out. If you like what we built over here, tell some folks. And guess what? We'll give them league pass on us. So let them know. Now's the time to create a playback room. David says, do we need to create a new room to get the League Pass promo, or can we use an existing one that's doing its first stream? You can absolutely feel free to use an existing room. Go ahead and reach out to us, and I'll go ahead and reply here in the playback room chat, but it's contact@playback.tv. If you've already created a playback room but just haven't gotten started streaming with it yet, keep that same room. Email us with your room URL at contact@playback.tv. You will get NBA League Pass on us, not just for yourself, but also for up to 10 of your community members as well. Great question there, David. And Lakers land, that's what you need League Pass. Exactly what we just mentioned to David. Hit us up, contact@playback.tv. I know you already have a room, so we can make sure that you get League Pass on us. Big Rig asks, any news when we'll be able to send images in the chat? No news yet, but I will make a push on this. I will make a push on this and more emojis. It will come down to, honestly, how quick of an ad it is with all of the other features that we're looking to add right now. But this is one of our most requested features, the more emoji reacts, as well as being able to send actual photos in chat. So great question there, Big Rig. Parlay asks about the app. Using it in landscape mode on Android has been terrible. I will make this note right now. And if you do have any more feedback for us, Parlay, then please do let us know. Our support email is support@playback.tv. You can also use /support here in chat to open up our support chat. Please do let us know exactly what issues you're experiencing with the Android app when you go into landscape mode. Definitely want to get that fixed for you. Clutch Kingdom asks, will our thumbnail pics begin posting with playback link posts again? This is a great call out. One I'll note as well. I did notice this recently. that event thumbnails are defaulting to the room thumbnail. So I have made that note as well. That is a really good call out, Clutch Kingdom. Thank you. We will take a look there. Parlay asks, how about NBA rights for France? Go ahead and send us an email, Parlay. I'll have to just triple check on this. We should have you covered, though. Again, either support at playback.tv or contact at playback.tv works. We can get you set up, Parlay. So go ahead and send us an email. Leon Gamer asks, how long will the league pass last? Plans are to give you league pass all season. So again, if you want to take advantage of this window now, or you know people in your network that should be taking advantage of this window, have them create a playback room now. The sooner, the better. This is going to be a limited time only. So if they do want to get that NBA access, they will want to go ahead and create a playback room ASAP. Great question, Leon Gamer. Appreciate that, Clutch Kingdom, who says, keep going, bro. Love what you're doing. It's exactly what we plan to do. Keep on going. Mike Cav says, any updates on the full screen scroll bar? We have not been able to reproduce this, but Mike, given that you're a Landino and I know how to get a hold of you, I'm actually going to pull you into like a one-on-one user test when we get a chance so we can actually walk through this bug more specifically. And I know it's not just you that's been seeing the scroll bar on the side. So yeah, definitely want to nail this down for you guys who are seeing that scroll bar on the side when you take your playback room full screen. We got a couple more stage requests, and then we can go ahead and get on out of here. First off, our guy, Lakers Ave, your stage request has been accepted. What's going on, man? Unmute your microphone for me, Mr. Lave. And if you're having issues, go ahead and just give it a refresh for me and then hit me with another stage request. And in the meantime, I'm going to go over to our guy, KD Don. Stage request has been accepted, KD. What's going on, KD?
What's good? I was wondering if there were any updates on the draft feature that you were talking about. I just wondered if there's any
Yeah,
updates on
so trivia is the next game, and this is a great question from KD the Don. And actually, as well, KD, go ahead and link your room in chat. Absolutely love this room. So KD's question is about games, and often in their room they do drafts. So whether it's like an all-time NBA draft or current NBA players draft, or maybe NBA players from a certain country draft, things like that, where they actually pull up a Google Sheets and they draft amongst their community pretty often. This is a game that we certainly want to add. So if you want to suggest games for us to add, and I should mention, KD, we already have drafts and the suggestions based on your room specifically. But if you're someone that wants to suggest any more games that you want us to go ahead and add as a preset production template, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link to our product feedback here. Go ahead and head into our product feedback. Just let us know what you want us to create. For example, our guy Low, Legend of Winning, went live with a Jeopardy stream just this past week and said, hey, can you all make Jeopardy for me? Right. So if you want to do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or do your own drafts, or blind rankings, or tier lists, anything we can make easier for you to produce, go ahead and drop that feedback there in Canny. And if you already see the suggestion in Canny, hit it with an upvote so that we know which games to prioritize first. Family Feud. That's right. My fault. It was Family Feud for Low. Forget what I even just said. My brain's kind of jello. But it was Family Feud that Low was playing with Gilbert Arenas. It was Gil's Arena versus Player's Choice. A ton of fun. If you missed that, I would definitely recommend going and checking that replay. I will give just a second here to see if our guy Lakers Ave requests one more time. But I think we might have lost him. Yeah, he mentioned that it might be his connection. So, Lakers Av, if you're hearing me, you've got my contact info. Absolutely feel free to reach out to me directly. Y'all, thanks for joining me for this special episode for NBA Tip Off. Again, we have 2 games tonight, but the main event really kicking off tomorrow, or tipping off tomorrow, I should say, with a full slate of NBA League Pass games. Again, if you already have a room, but you don't have NBA League Pass on us, hit us up, contact at playback.tv, send your room URL. We'll hook you up with League Pass, as well as up to 10 of your community members. And if you know someone else who should be creating a playback room for that same reason, tap them on the shoulder, let them know. Again, limited time only. Head to playback.tv, create their playback room, and reach out to us, and we will go ahead and give them NBA League Pass on us, not only for them, but for up to 10 of their community members. As always, appreciate you, our diehard playback community. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out to us at those email addresses mentioned here, or by opening your room support chat. Happy NBA tip off. Happy NBA hosting to all of you. And the last thing I'll mention before we jump off here, connect those YouTube channels to your playback room. And if you don't have a YouTube channel yet, create one and get it connected now. I'm your boy BTow. Happy NBA tip off, y'all. I'm out.